All right, well, welcome to episode 3, which is going to be focused on running the electrical stuff, which is Jacob's specialty. So I'll shut up and let him kind of tell you generally what we plan to do.
Yeah, Ben. So we're just going to kind of keep it simple with this build. We're going to run the electrical like you would in a home. We're just going to bring a 30 amp circuit in, run it into a breaker box, and then run off of that our lights, our wiring for the AC, run some plugs. So we're just going to kind of keep it simple, Ben. Should work fine.
All right, let's get to it.
All right.
I've been reduced to sweeping duties while he does all the manly work. So.
This will be our base cabinet. We'll have a sink here and then some wall cabinets. So we're just putting a few plugs on either side of the sink, and we're using, since it's only 1-inch walls, we're going with these little shallow boxes that have the flanges on the side of it, where you can zip them right to the stud. So that's working out pretty well so far.
But what we're doing right here is Jacob is measuring. He's measuring where the outlets are on the walls, and then just cutting the appropriate space out of the boards for the walls to fit that outlet on there whenever we put the board back on the walls. So it's 6:45, which means that we got all of these bottom boards put in today in about 2 hours. So we're moving pretty good. We're gonna go ahead and start on the top boards now. There's a chance we don't get to finish that today, but we're gonna try to knock out as much as we can. All right, bonus points to whoever can tell me what kind of screw this is. See if I can get it in focus. This is what they used to put the walls up originally whenever we bought it, and they were a pain to take out. Because if you can see, it's not threaded like a normal screw. So whenever we went to take them out, they didn't push out. So we basically just had to, more or less ended up crowbarring half of them out. It was a pain. That's what took up a lot of time. So bonus points to who can tell me what that is. So obviously we've got a gap up here. We did that on purpose. It was Jacob's idea. But what we're gonna do is, once we have the ceiling up, what we'll do is run a little slant right there. It'll be like a little channel, and that's where we'll run all of our wires. It'll make it easier to wire all this, A, and B, if we ever want to change anything or add anything to the electrical, it'll make it a lot easier to just pop that off and make some changes. So now that we got all the walls put up, we've got these trim boards, and we're just going one by one and taking all the staples out of them.
All the staples gotta come out. So
it's not the most fun work, but it's got to be done. We quickly got tired of pulling
Yeah.
staples out.
It's time to get busy.
What do they say? Modern problems require modern solutions. So now that we got it all cleaned out, we took everything out of here that we don't need right now and swept it, vacuumed it, because we had a bunch of little metal shavings from cutting the staples and sawdust and stuff like that that we don't want trapped under those trim boards, especially at the bottom. So now that we've got that done, all that's left is to put the trim boards back in and be ready for the next project. On the bottom, they're gonna have the ones that go in between, right?
I thought if you pull up the picture, because they may rest on top of this.
So lesson learned. I got a little lazy taking off the trim boards and I didn't mark them. So now we're kind of doing a puzzle here, but just something to keep in mind. All right, well, it's 8 o'clock. We are running out of daylight and frankly out of patience.
Yes.
We're kind of at our wits' end, trying to fit all these trim boards back together. So if you haven't learned anything else so far, mark all your boards when you take them off the wall, so you can avoid doing what we've been doing for the past 30 minutes, which is basically trying to puzzle all this stuff back together.
Mm-hmm.
It's been frustrating, but I think we need to regroup and we'll figure something out. But if you stuck around this long, I appreciate it. Don't forget to leave the video a like and subscribe to the channel for future videos.
Absolutely. Thanks.